Hey guys, welcome into the webinar today. Excited to go over some stuff with you guys. How's everybody doing? I'm in a new location today. Today I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're working on some really exciting partnerships that we've got announcing soon. So meeting up with some people down here. How's it going, Chris, Dana, Javier, Ahmed, Koa, Kieran, Mario, Malik, Maximo, Ole? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Guys, if you want to chat with me, go in the chat box down there. I see every chat coming on in. You guys are doing well today. For those of you in Australia and New Zealand, happy Thursday. For those of you here in the States, North America, happy Wednesday afternoon. Lisa, welcome in. Javon, welcome in. Michael, welcome in, guys. Mason, welcome in. Kennedy, welcome in. Bunch of new faces here today. Hey, Dave, welcome on in. Dave, hope you're doing well. Ibrahim, welcome in. What's up, guys? We'll give everybody a few more moments to join here today. What are you guys working on this week? If you guys want to take just a few minutes before we get started with the webinar, if you feel like sharing, go in the chat box down there and let me know what you guys are working on this week. What is top priority here for you this week? You guys working on food cost, staffing, marketing stuff? What's going on at the restaurant? Who else is joining here? Got a bunch of new faces here today. Dave's working on volume and growth, marketing, more events, loyalty. Nice, Chris. Alrighty, guys. Facebook to generate weddings. Nice. Michael's working on labor, building some catering ads. Nice. Yeah, Michael, I think my team reached out to you, got you that catering template there. Ibrahim must be new to the webinar. Ibrahim, everybody's on mute here in the webinar. We've got a lot of restaurant owners who join. So it's just going to be me talking, and we can, if you want to talk towards the end, we'll have some time for Q&A. All right, guys, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get started today. Today, we're going to be talking about the whole equation of acquiring a restaurant guest. So, you'll probably hear some people out there talk about like, do this one thing and all of a sudden you're rich, right? Do this one thing and all of a sudden you have 19% profit margins at your restaurant and you have all these customers, you're on a wait every single day. It just doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't work like that. It's not one thing you do in your restaurant that's going to help you and actually help you make more money and be as profitable as you want. It's a lot of different things, right? It's not just one thing. It's like a list of maybe it's 10 or 20 different things. It's kind of like an equation, right? If you look at an equation, like a complex mathematical equation, you have a bunch of different numbers and then it equals an outcome. So today we're going to talk about visually how does a new human being find out about your restaurant? Like what thought processes do they go through? What experiences do they go through in making the decision to either not visit you, not try you out for the first time, or to give you a shot? Okay, so we're going to walk through that whole process, and I've got a nice like triangle diagram that we're going to share together and walk through each pieces of this restaurant guest acquisition journey. Okay, so we've gone over a lot of this stuff on these webinars in our portal. There's a lot of these trainings broken up into individual topics, but I'm gonna paint a picture for you all together in like one triangle to show you here's the fundamentals, here's the main things. Now, this is not everything. This is like there's obviously a lot of things. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of ways you can grow your restaurant, but this is going to be a lot of the fundamentals. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys and and dive in. I think you'll all like this visual here. I wanted to make this visual for everyone to just really see that again. It's not one Facebook ad, it's not one text message blast that's going to help bring in more customers. It's a variety of different things done repeatedly over many years, right? Many months. So as you can see my screen, can everybody see my screen, guys? You guys want to chat with me, give me a thumbs up or say yes, you can see my screen. I think you can all see it. Perfect. Cool. So this triangle is how I'd recommend thinking about how do restaurant guests find out about you and then actually become a customer and then become a loyal customer from this. Okay. And a repeat customer. So I've broken this down into like three different categories, right? We've got search, we have ads, and then we have direct outreach. Okay. Search, ads, direct outreach. I'm just going to start at the bottom by explaining all these things. And then we'll go into some examples. Okay. So search, this is, if you're familiar with like the food pyramid, right? Everyone's familiar with this type of a pyramid. The bottom is going to be more of your foundation. So this comes first. Okay. So if you guys are on the webinar right now and you don't have these things on the bottom line, I would recommend doing those first before you start dumping money into ads, right? Or before you try to do anything else with marketing. All right. So on the bottom here, we've got three different things. We have this photo icon, this camera icon. This is just symbolizing that you need to have awesome photos and videos. Right? You need to have awesome photos and videos for obvious reasons. When people view you online, they need to make a decision on, oh, this place looks amazing. Or they're going to say, this place looks like any other place. And one of the easiest high leverage ways you can have is to have great content. Okay. Great content with nobody seeing it doesn't matter, but great content with a lot of people seeing it, that's where the sweet spot is. So we're going to start here with content. All right. And so I'm always thoroughly amazed on how many restaurants don't hire a professional photographer, don't have professional photos of their food. If you think about your food is it's a very sexy thing. It's a very photogenic product, right? Your restaurants are in a good, lucky place. The restaurant business is tough, but you're in a lucky place because you're not selling something intangible or kind of boring, like I don't know, no offense to insurance agents, but you're not selling insurance. You're not selling like something that's intangible. Food is very photogenic and it's tangible. So you can take awesome content of it and make people go like, wow, that looks amazing. Like I gotta try that out. Right. So you can get people's attention with great photos. Okay. Typically, photos, getting great photos can typically, it depends. You can get a wide range of costs here. But a lot of times it's $3,000 to $5,000 to get like hundreds of really great photos. We've got some connections and some partnerships with photographers across the world in like a bunch of different countries that we can actually send out a photographer for I think it's for about $1,500. You can hire them for more or for less, but like we do offer that as a part of our service. So if you're a client of ours and you want us to send out a photographer to your location, be a one-time $1,500 thing, get hundreds of great photos and videos, and those can be used for many years. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you're a client of ours, contact your client success manager because we can send out a photographer for way less than the usual market rates. In my opinion, it's one of the best investments a restaurant could ever make. Right? You got to look good online. It's a tiny investment for how much it pays off. So great photos is number one. Okay. I just want to see a show of hands if you guys all want to just chat with me in the chat box below. Just give me a yes or a no. Quick question is, have you hired a professional photographer? Let's just do a quick poll in the chat box. If you guys want to just answer the quick question, have you hired a professional photographer Do you have, let's say, 70 to 100 awesome photos of your food, awesome videos of your food? Do you have professional content? Got three yeses, one no, another no, another yes. Ibrahim put two yeses in there. Ibrahim, you count as one. Juan's got yes, a couple no's. So it's about a 50-50 split. So anyway, guys, point is that's the first step. Great photos is number one. If you don't have that, um, we'll give you some options on how we can help you with that. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Just hire a local photographer as well. Okay. That's the first thing. Let me actually give you an example. Some of our clients that we have worked with for this is about 5 years ago. And we sent a photographer out to their business. So I wanted to show you guys this example here. Okay. Okay, this is a nice Italian restaurant, casual Italian restaurant. We sent out a photographer, you can see 5 years ago, took some really nice photos of their food. And let me show you a photo of the same menu item that is not done professionally. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Here's professional. Here's unprofessional. You see the difference? Isn't that crazy? So makes a huge difference. Here's another one. There's cheesecake. This is just on their Google page. And then here's a professional. Same exact menu item. Looks a lot different, right? You're going to convert a lot more new customers. So anyway, I'm not going to talk much more about this. Got to have great photos. We've done some trainings on how to get good photos. But I'd always recommend just hiring somebody. It's well worth the money. So that's that. The second one, guys, is let's see. You know what? I'm going to put a link here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put a link to make it easy for you guys. If you want us to send someone out to your business, just give me like 30 seconds and I'm going to get you guys a link. If anybody wants to do this, let's get to you now. I'm going to create a payment link for you guys. So if you want us to send someone out there, we can do that. Photography. Give me a second. Try to get this to you guys. Just so you guys all have it here. Okay, create link. Yeah, so like I said, you can find photographers for a bunch of different prices, ranging from a few $100 up to many thousands. The average that I've seen who actually do a good job, like a worthwhile job, is usually between three to 4 to 5,000 for like really good content. As I mentioned, we've got some connections to restaurant photographers all across the world, and we can actually get it done for 1,500. So it's a lot less than the normal rate. So I'm going to put that in the chat box, guys. You guys can click that link if you want. Once you submit the payment, we'll get notified and we'll communicate with you about sending somebody out there. Or you can find someone yourself. No problem either way. Okay, so I put that in the chat box below. Guys, the next thing we'll talk about is in the search is reviews. Okay. So again, we're working in like a timeline, right? Working like on a framework here. One thing comes before the other. So getting great photos is step one. Step number two is having a lot of reviews. Okay, when I mean a lot of reviews, I mean over 1,000 reviews. If you don't have over 1,000 reviews, you're going to want to focus on this again before you do any ads. So 1,000 reviews should be the minimum that you're at. There's a lot of studies done that say that people make their decision based on social proof. So if you don't have 1,000 reviews at your restaurant, you're missing out on thousands of eyeballs and thousands of searches every month. And so let's say even if you've got, you guys can use like different tools like Google Keyword Planner, or you can even go on to, I'll show you mine. You can go onto your Google page, and if you're logged in here on Google, go to performance. Okay, this little tab right here called performance. And if you scroll down, you can see how many people viewed your business profile, right? Your profile is going to be viewed a lot more times than mine is because you guys are brick and mortar business. You exist in a tangible building, right? So you have a lot of local searches. So um, take a look at this and you'll see the average restaurant has between 5 and 10,000 views every month, every month. So that's why it's super, super important to have over 1,000 reviews. Okay. Now in our webinar portal course thing here, we do have a section called online reputation, and it'll show you how to get 1,000 reviews at your restaurant. Okay, so I did a full 30-minute training here. Again, I'll put this in the chat box too, guys. You guys can access this in your training or in your portal, but getting 1,000 reviews is really, really important. Okay. And if you already have 1,000, just try getting more. You can keep getting more and more reviews. It's definitely not going to hurt you by any means, right? So over 1,000 and then over 4.5 stars. Any restaurant that has over 4.5 stars, you have a much higher likelihood of ranking on SEO, right? So when people type in chicken wings near me or Italian restaurant near me, whatever, then you'll have a higher likelihood of showing up when people search for you. Koa is asking, why is it that 1,000 and 4.5 are the magic numbers? Is it a Google algorithm thing? Yeah, Koa, it is an algorithm thing, right? So just simply the more reviews you have and the more like higher ranking you are, the more you're going to show up on searches, but also people are going to make decisions about visiting your restaurant easier, right? So it's not like an exact number. If you have 1,100, it's better than 1,000, but like that's the threshold. That's the threshold that we see. Like if you have over 1,000 reviews and over 4.5 stars, you have a much, much higher likelihood of converting more customers. So like I said, I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona currently, and I just typed in Italian restaurant. Okay. So just to give you an example here, if I type in Italian restaurant, you see what comes up first. An ad comes up first, of course, but North Italia. Right? North Italia comes up first. 4.6 stars, 1.7 thousand reviews. Okay. This is not like a perfect math thing. Like sometimes if the restaurant is closer to you, they'll show up first. So it's not like a perfect math thing. But you can see that, if I'm going to make a decision on what restaurant I should go to, am I going to go to Mia Pasta? No offense to Mia Pasta. Mia Pasta, if you're on this call, no offense to you. But you've got 56 reviews and 3.8 stars. Right? I'm way more likely to choose Buca de Beppo, maybe. North Italia, 4.6, almost 2,000 reviews. I know that people love North Italia. So if it's you, you've got under 4 stars and you've got even under 100 reviews is really low. Put a lot of focus on getting more reviews. Okay, that's where you want to start. Before you go into the paid game, start with the reviews. And some of you might be nodding your head like, yeah, Luke, I know this, it's obvious, but a lot of people don't have this. So we've got some techniques you can deploy actually inside of your restaurant with your staff. I'm not going to go into all the details, but you can actually incentivize your staff to ask people for reviews, use a QR code. We have a food cart down in Mexico. It's not even a restaurant, food cart. And Ibrahim, if Ibrahim's here, I hope you're doing well. Food cart got a couple hundred, I think it was 200 or 300 reviews in just 1 month. from just simply asking people and using a QR code and incentivizing his staff. And they do a little contest of who can get the most reviews that month is going to win a $100 bonus from the restaurant or something like that. Okay. So again, there's a full training here in your portal. Get 1,000 reviews at your restaurant. Guys, what I would also recommend, here's another hack you can use when you're asking for reviews. Make sure you ask your guests to leave a review about the menu item that they had or that they loved. So for example, the guest can leave a review saying something like, my chicken wings were so delicious, or my lasagna was so delicious, or my pepperoni pizza was the best, right? If they type in, if they type in that menu item that they had, you're more likely to show up on searches. Let me give you an example. So I might say chicken wings near me. Okay. So you've got a bunch of chicken wings coming up here. This might not show up in this example because sometimes it's different, but a lot of times when you pull up searches, there will be a section that pulls from people's reviews. So basically helps you with SEO. So if I type in ATL Wings, obviously Wings is in their name on their business, but some of their reviews also say something like wings, right? This one says fries. This one says biscuits. So that's a kind of a bad example, but the algorithm does like that. This is bad examples because it's not coming up for me here. But a lot of times, here we go. Best chicken wings in Phoenix, best chicken wings, yummy chicken wings. So if your guest can name off the item that they love so much, that's going to help you. Wing size, so stuff like that. Okay, so that's a little extra hack you can use on top of just asking for a review. Sean is asking how many stars should you shoot for? You said 4.6. I would shoot for over 4.5. So anything over 4.5, 4.5 or higher is going to put you in a really good spot. Right. Okay. So we talked about getting reviews. Okay. The next thing, guys, is this one's quite simple, but make sure when you get a photo shoot that you optimize your Google and your Yelp pages. Right. What I mean by optimize is make sure you upload all of your photos that you just got from your photographer. Make sure you upload those all to Google and upload those all to Yelp, right? Because people are viewing your page so much. We have to upload those photos there to make a better first impression. So once you have a lot of reviews and you have better photos and more photos, you're going to start showing up towards the top of the list here. Again, it's not a guaranteed thing every single time, but you'll start seeing your numbers go up. You can track, how many people are viewing you per month. And once you do this, you should start seeing this number go up. Again, it's not going to be like a straight up line like this. Might be a little bit like this, but over time, your numbers should go up. And that's free customers for you. Free customers that you didn't spend any money on except the one-time photo shoot. Okay. So it's huge, huge, huge thing. Okay. Upload those to Google, Yelp, TripAdvisor. Okay. You also want to make sure those are posted on your Facebook page, on your Instagram page, because a lot of people these days use Instagram and Facebook for searching things, right? So they might not actually be going to Google. They might be going someplace else. So make sure once you get the photo shoot, you have to put those on all of the platforms so that when people search for you, boom, you make a good first impression, right? You're not going to show up to a first date in sweatpants. You're going to show up to a first date well dressed, took a shower, right? Silly example, but it's simple stuff. Okay, so that's the foundational stuff, guys. That's the foundational stuff. Any questions about the foundational stuff, guys? Put them in the chat box. We'll leave about 2 minutes right now for some questions on the foundational stuff here. We'll go into some details. Hey, Jen, welcome in. Jules, welcome in. Who else is here? Mike, welcome in. Raul, welcome in. Shauna, Troy. So, guys. Okay, let's see. Cole's got a question or a statement. In the last year, I've been focusing on all social media channels, including Facebook, Instagram, the new TikTok page. What is your view on TikTok versus Instagram for restaurants? Some social media managers in my city commented that Instagram is more relevant for restaurants. For example, TikTok may be more viral, but not local viewers that are more likely to be customers. Okay. Koa, great question. So Koa's question in summary is asking, what would you recommend, Instagram or TikTok? Because we want to focus on people who are ready to buy in my city, not in a different country, right? Um, Koa, I would say do both. So there's not a right or a wrong in your city of like you should only do Instagram or you should only do TikTok. Okay. If anybody's telling you, here's a good thing to listen to. If any social media manager is telling you that people are not on TikTok in your city and they're not on TikTok ready to buy in your city, they're completely wrong, right? With all these social platforms, it's not black and white. It's not like, oh, there's no buyers here or there's no buyers here. There's buyers everywhere. People are the same everywhere, right? These social media platforms behave very, very much the same. Think about them like different TV channels, right? TikTok might be CNN and Instagram is Fox News, right? People might be a little bit different, but they're still spending money, right? It might be ABC, CNN, ESPN, or the Travel Channel, right? These social media platforms, don't think about them like, oh, TikTok, people don't buy on TikTok, or oh, people don't buy on Instagram, right? There's buyers everywhere. There's human beings everywhere. So Cole, to answer your question, do both. Got to do both. Instagram and TikTok, 100%. Um, what you mentioned though is true. Like you might go viral on those channels, but the people who are seeing your content, they might be in a different state or a different country. They're never going to buy from you because they're too far away. You don't sell a e-commerce product, right? You sell food. And so what you want to do, we actually went over this. I think it was last maybe it was last week. Last week, I think we went over a training, I think it was in advertising, around how to test organic content. Yeah, here you go. Under the branding section. So run viral ads by testing organic reels. So you can basically put videos on TikTok and Instagram, see which one gets the most amount of views, and then you want to run that as an ad because that's going to be forced to be only to local people. So that's what I would recommend doing. Cool. To summarize, use both. There's not a right or a wrong. You got to use both of those things for sure. Beautiful thing about Instagram and TikTok is they're very similar, right? Instagram Reels, TikTok videos, very similar. So you could do the same videos on both platforms. Yeah, you're very welcome. Let's see. A couple questions coming in, guys. Gonna answer a few more of these, and we'll get go on to the next one. Juan says, I saw restaurants that are about to open for 2 months and they already have thousands of reviews. How's that possible? Juan, yeah, I mean, there's ways to game the system for sure. Sometimes if you get a bunch of reviews like super fast, Google might see that it's kind of fake. Yelp will do that. They'll like kind of limit the amount of reviews if they think that there may be fake reviews. But and maybe the restaurant owner is really popular and shared it to all of his friends and said, "Hey, leave me a review." It's definitely possible to game reviews. The techniques that we teach they're more organic, right? They're from real customers. We're just saying, "Hey, can you leave me a review?" Like it's more organic that way. So Juan, yeah, they could be fake reviews. Let's see. I'm going to come back to some of these questions, guys, in a moment because I want to make sure I'm finishing up the triangle here. So if you got questions, I'm going to come back to you here. Okay. Cool. Let's see. We talked about search. Hey guys, the next portion is ads. Okay. So after you got your foundational levels in a good place, photos are good, got a bunch of reviews, and all those photos are uploaded to your online listings. Then it's time to pour some more fuel on the fire and start running some ads, right? Because once you get more eyeballs, they're going to start seeing all your stuff online, and you're going to be able to make a better first impression, and you're going to convert more customers. So your money is not going to be wasted on ads. You actually should get positive ROI on that. Whenever we run ads for some of our clients that have awesome photography and awesome reviews, they get awesome results. sometimes we've ran ads for clients that have bad reviews and have bad photos. And guess what? They don't get great results. It's not that difficult of a thing to imagine. So make sure you got a good foundation first. Then you can start putting money on ads. When it comes to ads, there's a bunch of different platforms you can run it on. This is not all of them. Facebook, Instagram, tried and true. We have a bunch of trainings on that in our portal here. Also, doing Google ads is really important as well. You can also look at, I would actually recommend looking at Twitter ads, X ads. We're doing some testing with some X ads right now. Um, X ads have been known to be pretty cheap. You can get a lot of views for pretty cheap, and not a lot of people are doing ads, or not a lot of restaurants are doing ads on X right now. So we'll come out with some trainings about that in the future, but it might be something you want to explore because you can get really cheap eyeballs on those platforms. Okay. So again, we have full trainings on all of the advertising techniques in here. You have lead generation, bunch of lead generation techniques, branding ad techniques, what creatives to run, stuff like that. Okay. So you can go and dive into this. And then the tip of the spear here is going to be direct outreach. Okay. And again, there's more to the equation than this, but this is the basics, right? Direct outreach. Now, with direct outreach, we're talking about growing databases so that you can send people messages, you can send people invitations. So this would be like email and texting, right? One of the two easiest ways you can collect emails and phone numbers through ads. There's trainings on that as well here in lead generation. But one of the two easiest ways to get a large database of contacts without spending money on ads is through a website pop-up and through QR codes in person. So those trainings are right here under in-store contact collection. This is going to show you how to get more customers to sign up for your VIP club, your contact list, whatever you want to call it. You can do that in-store with QR codes. And you can also do that on your website. So there's a training here called Turn Website Visitors into Real Paying Customers. You can install an easy pop-up on the website and you'll get a bunch of people opting in. So if you do this correctly, you should be able to gather about 10% of your foot traffic in store signing up for your VIP clubs. So let's say you've got 3,000 people coming in per month, 10% would be 300 customers over the course of the year. You're going to be having about 3,000 to 4,000 people signing up to hear from you directly. So you can text them and email them. This is super valuable because, of course, these people, they're your most loyal pieces of data, right? They're already your paying customers. So you have to have a way to get them in your CRM and then follow up with them so you can announce new menu items, specials, selling gift cards during Christmas time. So make sure you're building a list throughout the year. And then come Christmas time, boom, you sell them gift cards and you sell more gift cards. We've got a restaurant client up in St. Louis, Missouri. They've got about 4 locations now. They've been doing this with our techniques for a handful of years. Last year they sold $29,000 worth of gift cards, 29K worth of gift cards from just sending a few emails and text messages, all directly related coming from the messages. And they've built their list through ads and through website pop-ups and through QR codes. So it's incremental revenue. Okay, so 10% of your walk-in traffic should be signing up for your VIP clubs minimum. The other way, of course, like I said, is websites. So you can install a website pop-up on your website. I'm going to ask you guys a quick question here before I keep rambling on. Do you guys know how many website visitors you have every month? Can you guys go in the chat box below? Go in the chat box, guys. Let me know. Do you know how many website visitors you get every month? Website visitors. Dave, you got your franchisee, so you'll have I don't know, the main page, but people are also going to your location page too. So those are numbers you could look at. Guys, if you don't know how many people are going to your website every month, definitely recommend checking that out. It's really easy to do that in your whatever website builder you have. You can go to your analytics and just look at how many visitors you have every month. Okay. But one thing I'd totally recommend is installing a pop-up on your website to gather some of those people entering their contact information so you can directly chat with them later. Because a lot of those people, they will not visit you. They'll just be shopping around. So you want to have a way to remind them to visit you. And so there's a bunch of different things you can put on the pop-up on the website. What I would recommend not doing on your website pop-up, don't just say, sign up for our VIP club or enter your email address here to hear from us. Like you want to offer them something in exchange. Okay. Or do some sort of contest. So, you could offer them like a complimentary dessert if you want to incentivize a visit. To be mindful of food cost, you could do something like enter to get a chance to win $100 gift card, right? And then maybe like once a quarter you raffle off $100 gift card, or once a year, or whatever you choose, right? So they're easy ways to get people's contact info. I would say for the ease of operations, just do enter to win a $100 gift card or enter to win a $500 gift card, and then announce that twice a year, right? It's well worth that money. So direct outreach would be one as well. Guys, one other just insider hack on top of this direct outreach thing is if you have a awesome video, if you have an awesome video that you've posted to Instagram, let's say like an Instagram reel, um, you can ask people to share the reel with their friends. I'm trying to get you an example of what I mean here. Let's go to Instagram and we'll type in In-N-Out Burger. Let's just see if we can go to In-N-Out. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say this is not In-N-Out, but it is. Huh, weird. Okay, so I'm gonna go to their reels, and guys, the reason I'm bringing this up is talking about referrals. So at the very top here, you can ask people to share your stuff with their friends, right? Referrals are some of the best customers because they pretty much come for free and they got referred by a trusted source. So here's what I'd recommend doing for referrals. There's a lot of ways you can do this, but this is kind of a new way that some of our clients are using that works pretty well. So, okay, so let's just say you have a reel. Let's say you've got a reel or a video that just showcases your restaurant really well, or um, it showcases your food really well, right? Um, let's see. I think I have. I'm going to pull up an example from last week's webinar because I really like this. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I get you the most accurate info here. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Okay, here's a good one. So let's just say this is your reel, right? You have a reel showcasing your restaurant. This is shot with an iPhone, so it's super simple. But what you want to do is you want people to share this with your friends, with their friends, right? So if I zoom in here, this little paper airplane icon, this is going to send the video to a list of friends, right? And they can select a bunch of different friends, right? So what I would recommend saying is something along the lines of, hey, we're running a contest. Share this reel with your friends. And if we get to 5,000 shares, we're going to raffle off 2 gift cards or 3 gift cards for anybody who likes our post. Okay, this is just something to get people to share this with their friends, right? If you can get people to share this 5,000 times, it's 5,000 new people that are hearing about you directly from their trusted source, their friend, and it's free. So, step one is obviously having some pretty awesome content like this that really showcases what the heck your restaurant's all about. And then tell people, hey, send this to as many friends as you can. Send this video to as many friends as you can. Make sure you like our post. And at the end of the month, if we get to 5,000 shares, we're going to raffle off $2,000 worth of gift cards or whatever you want to say. So, um, guys, if you don't get anything from this webinar and you can just get one thing, this last point that I'm making, I would recommend doing it for sure. So I'm going to show you just a screenshot here of what I would recommend sending to your database. Of course, including a link to the reel, right? So if you got a reel, it's doing really well. You can blast that out to your email list or to your text list, and even right here in the captions, say something like, "If this post gets 5,000 shares, we're going to raffle off $2,000 worth of gift cards at the end of the month," whatever. And then you can just make a screenshot like this that tells people like, "Hey, here's where the share button is." A lot of people already know this, but some might not. Okay. So guys, that this last point here about the referrals, this has been working really well. And this is how you can also spike the algorithm and like make the algorithm feel like this is the most popular thing because it's getting so many shares. Okay, so definitely recommend doing that for sure. So guys, again, this is not the only thing or the only things that will help your restaurant. This is not, there's a bunch of other things like maybe influencers or TikTok ads and X ads and stuff like that I don't have on my visual here, but this is the foundation, right? This is the stuff I would recommend working on to start. Okay. Search, make sure you're optimized there. Then you can run ads. And then once people are in your business, right, they're already in your business, the direct outreach is going to help them come back more and turn them into a regular customer, have them share your restaurant with there's a lot of money to be made in just having people refer you. Okay. So I've been talking for about 40 minutes now, guys. I want to open up for questions. Again, all of this stuff I'm showing you on my screen, it's all in the webinar portal, in the course, in the restaurant growth portal. You can go on the trainings and you can access all of these different types of trainings to get step by step on how to do all these things. So again, this is something that if you're an owner of the restaurant, you don't have to do all this stuff yourself. This stuff is something that your staff can do. Maybe a trusted GM, someone who's tech savvy, maybe a high school or college students who just they're really good with TikTok videos, they're good with tech, they're good with their phones. This is an awesome project for them as well. So just keep that in mind. Okay, guys, got 15 minutes for questions. If you want to come down here, ask me some questions, happy to answer them. Malik is asking, do you recommend TikTok business account or a personal account? And then let's see. Malik, I would recommend doing, I mean, there's not really a right or wrong. Um, most TikTok personal accounts will have limitations when it comes to ads. So you probably have to run a business account when it comes to ads. So I'll do a business account. Um, it doesn't really matter if you do a personal account or a business account. What matters is the content you put out there. So the details of it's a personal or business account, it's way less important. I would do a business because you're a business, and then just make sure your content is amazing. Elisa says, I couldn't find the webinar with the restaurant owner. Under which section can I find it? Elisa, can you clarify what webinar with the restaurant owner? Which one are you looking for? Maybe I could point in the right direction. Raul was asking, X allows for local ad distribution. Yes, Raul, you can target ads locally on X. Yep. Dave is asking thoughts on Yelp ads. Dave, I haven't done a whole lot of Yelp ads myself personally, but I do know that I've heard from a good amount of our clients that that Yelp ads can work well. They can work well. It's different for every restaurant, so I would say maybe it's worth a try. I don't have a lot of hands-on experience doing Yelp myself. Um, I found better results just by using the other social platforms. But I do know that Yelp does have some pretty good features, so it might be worth looking at. But when you are doing those, Dave, make sure that you can track ROI. You can attribute ROI. I know a lot of times with Yelp ads, you can't actually measure how many clicks actually turn into customers. I think there are some ways you can do it now, but might be something to look at. Dave, we've also got some ads that we do for our clients that are pretty similar. Dave, I think that you're doing like our lead generation stuff right now. You might want to contact your client success manager and talk about Restaurant Mobile AI. Their ads, we can run geofencing ads that will be able to track ROI, track store visits to people locally. And it's AI, so it targets people based on their behavior. So if you have people driving by your restaurant really often, or maybe they're going to different acai restaurants in the area, you can target your competitors that way as well. So it's pretty cool stuff. And you can track ROI without doing any discounting or any offer codes or anything like that. So because it's geofence, so we can track their phone and see if they came in to your building as a result. So might want to look at that too. Elisa is saying, I know it's a combination of different things, but which one do you think will drive more customers through the door between Google and Facebook ads? Elisa, it's one of those things where you just got to test it. Honestly, like every market's different. It's not it's a gray area, right? Um, if you're going to start with one, I would start with Facebook and Instagram to start because it's a little bit easier to set up. But they both can work really well. Yeah, they both can work really well. Juan is asking, do you have any Google Ads webinar on the platform? We do not have any webinars about Google Ads yet, Juan, but we're gonna make those. Yeah, we're gonna get those for you for sure. So that's actually coming up pretty soon. That's a good question. Elise is asking, teaching owners the importance of accurate books, P&L statements, and keeping them up to date. Ah, yes, Elisa, good question. Let's see. Where is that? I think it's in here. Yeah, Elisa. So in the webinar portal, it's probably under profit margins, and there's a webinar P&L here. I think this is with Angela. Yep, here it is, 48 minutes. I'll put a link here as well if you want that. Joss is asking, yeah, you're welcome. Do you know where to manage gift cards online? Any suggestions on how to manage this stuff? I don't have a website. Uh, what's better to sell more gift cards? Let's say they get 50 gift card. Josh is basically asking about what type of promotions to run to buy gift cards. Um, Josh, it's one thing you should test. I would recommend like a lot of our clients for Christmas time do gift card promotions like buy 20 get 5 free. Like buy 20 for a friend, or a loved one and get 5 for yourself. So it's like a I said buy 25 get 5. So buy 25 get 5, buy 50 get 10, buy 100 get 20. Try that. You could do stuff like that. Josh, there's a lot of retailers online that you can buy gift cards through. We've got a partnership with Touch Bistro. It's a point of sale company, Touch Bistro. You can reach out to them at Touch Bistro. They've got a really nice online ordering and a gift card platform, so you can check them out. Let's see. Awesome questions today, guys. I'm going to put this link down here again. It kind of amazes me how many restaurants still have great photos, guys. So if you're a client of ours, or even if you're not a client of ours and our full managed advertising service, we can still send a photographer out to you. It's $1,500 one time. Typical rates, for an awesome photographer, few $1,000 for sure. I've seen them up to even like 7 or 8,000. So if you want a photo shoot, we've got pretty awesome deals on that. It's a one-time $1,500 thing. There's a link in the chat that I put down there. It'll open up a link like this, and you can just simply pay the $1,500 for the photo shoot, and then we'll be in contact with you to send somebody out there if you want us to send out a photographer and to get some awesome photos and videos. Raul is asking, gift card companies can work with multiple point of sales. Raul, that'd be a good question to ask your point of sale company, kind of point you in the right direction there. Most of the times, the point of sale is can help you set up the gift cards. All right, guys, we got 10 minutes left. Let's see. Malik, any questions? Ibrahim, Ahmed, All American Barbecue. I don't see your name there, but what's up, All American Barbecue? How you doing? Carlos, Dana, Dave. Let's see. Kennedy, you got any questions? Haven't heard from Kennedy. Mason, any questions? Rico, any questions? Shauna, what's up, guys? Um, Rico, is the login for the community and webinar section different? Yeah, Rico, this I'll put a link here as well. You should be able to have a login there. If you're a client in our Done For You ad program, there's a place on the left-hand side as well, where you can click webinar and community, and then that'll get you in there. Rico, if you click that link there and you don't have access, you can just click forgot password and then you can log in there. You're welcome. Malik is asking, how can I get access to last week's webinar about TikTok and viral reels? Guys, if you can't find anything in the webinar portal here, you can always go on the top here and search for it. So if I type in viral, for example, there's going to pull up a lesson right here that's called Run Viral Ads by Testing Organic Reels. And then there you go, Malik. There it is right there. So I will put this here in the chat as well for you. If you guys have any questions um, on the and with anything to do here with the portal, keep in mind that you can always just go to the post section and you can just write something on the wall here, and people can chime in and help you. So it's pretty cool. Carlos, can you please send me the link to the Google Doc with past recordings? Carlos, we no longer have a Google Doc with the past recordings. Everything is in here in the webinar portal. So every recording, everything prior that was on the Google Doc, it's now in this fancy little portal here. And you can see all the stuff in there. Guys, really soon here, we're going to be adding some awesome trainings around increasing profit margins. We've got some pretty exciting announcements with some partnerships that we have at our company with experienced restaurant owners who've been in the game for over 4 decades. We've partnered up with them and have helped over 2,800 restaurants increase their margins. So we're going to be coming out with some new stuff here pretty soon for you guys. Help everybody make more money. It's going to be good stuff. Carlos, you're very welcome. Let's see. Guys, one other thing as well, I brought this up on the last webinar, so I don't usually love asking for reviews, but if you guys want to leave me a review on Google, that'd be pretty sweet. If you don't know how to do this yourself, I'll show you how to ask people for more reviews. If you're logged in on Google, you can actually go at the bottom here and click on this link, get more reviews. And you can share this link directly with customers. This will put the link in the chat here. This will actually show you. Once people click that link, it'll bring them directly to your Google page super fast without clicking around. So it's frictionless. So people can just go in here. They can give you a 5-star review and say, Luke is amazing. He's so smart. Just kidding. Luke is amazing, or what webinars are helpful. They're helping my restaurant, whatever, guys. So again, shameless plug here, shameless ask from me. If you guys are getting some value, if you like these webinars, I would appreciate a Google review. I love reviews. They also help other restaurants who are considering joining our webinar community. They help them see that other restaurants are getting help here, and then more restaurants join, and the whole industry benefits from this. So again, if you haven't left me a review yet, no pressure. I just simply ask you to do that. If you want to, I put a link in the chat. You can leave me a review. Take you like 10 seconds to do that. So we'll leave time for people to do that right now if you'd like. And it looks like there's not a lot of questions coming in anymore. I see a few people with their hands raised. Ibrahim and Malik, Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you have something to say? Do you have a question? Do you have any questions for me? If you have questions, I can unmute you. Happy to do that. Just let me know if you intended to have your hand raised or if that was an accident. But yeah, guys, I mean, in summary, this is the formula, right? It's not just one thing. It's not just one Facebook ad or one email blast that's really going to help you. It's an equation, right? It's a lot of things. It's having a foundation, right, with search. When people are looking at you, are you making a good impression? Ads is going to help you pour more fuel on the fire, get more eyeballs on this. And then direct outreach and collecting data is going to help bring those customers back more often. Okay, turning those one-time visits into regulars and loyals. So again, all the trainings here are in the course. All the trainings here, this one from today will be there probably within 1 to 2 days as well. We've got some awesome stuff coming up. Again, going to help you guys increase margins. We've got some awesome partnerships with experienced restaurant owners on our team with over like 4 decades of experience coaching restaurants on how to make more margins. A lot of the restaurants in our coaching program, they start with about 5% margins. And the average margin of restaurants in our coaching program right now is 19.2. So they start at 5% margin, they'll be about 19.2. Some are lower, some are higher, but yeah, typically we're able to help restaurants get between a 5 to 8% jump in margins in just 90 days. So we got some good stuff coming out about that. Rico, the trainings tab. Rico, the trainings tab is in the Circle login. Yep, the Circle login. Yep. Rico, if you are on your Skytail login, you can still access all the stuff that I'm talking about. There's just a link basically to Circle. So there's 2 different logins. So at the very bottom left-hand side here, Rico, there's a tab that says webinars and community. And then you can just click that and it's going to open up your Circle page. Yeah. All American Barbecue, we were going to post this webinar in probably 1 to 2 days. Usually they're live within about 48 hours. Ahmed is asking, are you going to share those ManyChat flows for catering and birthday ads? Ahmed, yes. Let's see. Oh yeah, Rico. Yeah, I think it's called courses. Yeah, it's called courses. You're right. Let's see. Yeah, Rico. So on the left-hand side, courses are also under the trainings here. So it's kind of called 2 different things. It's the same stuff. So all these topics here under courses are all the same thing here under trainings. Yep, all the same stuff. Yeah, no problem at all. Ahmed, yeah, so Ahmed is asking to share the ManyChat templates for catering birthday ads. I believe we have some of those already shared, Ahmed. Ahmed, can you go please, so my team can see this ask. Ahmed, can you please go in the webinar portal and just post on the page here? Say something like, can you please share blah, blah, blah. Can you please share that? And you can make a post and then our team can go ahead and make sure that, we share those templates with you. If they're not already on the training, then we'll go ahead and get those there. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's the top of the hour. You've spent about 59 minutes with me. I definitely appreciate that. I know your time is not free. Your time is not your time is very valuable. And so thanks for being here with me. That's all for today. Guys, next week we're going to go over some really awesome stuff as well. So implement this stuff. Just leave you all with this. Implement it if you can. Delegate this stuff to a staff member. This is really fundamental, foundational stuff that's not too hard to implement, but it's going to help you make more money. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for your time today. Appreciate you asking the questions. Appreciate being engaged. And we'll see you next week. Okay. All right, guys. Have a nice day. Cheers.